Hi, I'm Andrzej Chwalczuk from Arconet. I would like to show you how to make client happy despite warranty claim. This presentation is based on TOC, means Theory of Constraint by Mr. Goldratt. The goal, we can understand this in different ways. It can be also the title of the most important and first book of Mr. Goldratt about theory of constraint, but also we can understand this as a goal of this presentation. We are a service company, so we perceive our goal as servicing your company. Servicing you, meaning helping you achieve your goals. This rose question: what is your goal? I would try to answer this question for you. Let's think about the goal to make more money now and in the future. I think most of entrepreneurs will agree that this is a quite nice goal for us. But there is a catch in this goal. This is the second part, now and in the future. This requires to satisfy customers' needs. If we want to make more money now and in the future, especially in the future, we need to satisfy customer needs. A lot of people say that customers are bad, demanding, and even angry sometimes. I say that if customer is angry, we make them angry. How we do that? It's something really simple and human. If we promise something, we have to keep the promise. If we won't keep it, this creates angriness. What are the promises? First promise, in fact, we sell only good and reliable products. We even guarantee it. Without this promise, you won't sell anything. And somehow this promise is broken because the product is faulty. So there are some other promises. If only this first promise was broken, it's not exactly a big deal, because clients understand. It happens, but there is a second promise hidden behind it. If it's defective, we will repair it until, and there's a date. It depends on the kind of industry and kind of process. Usually it's about 10 days, 7 days. Anyway, it's a promise. If we make a promise, we have to keep it. Of course, sometimes it happens that the promise is also broken. There is the third promise. If we can't repair it on time, we will present full and accurate information. Shortly speaking, we will answer the question, where is my product and when I will get it back? If we break also this third promise, this creates an angry client. This is a short recipe for angry client. Where is my device? Simple question, but answer is not exactly that simple. If we just look at the simplified version of the process in chain shops, for example, usually it takes like this: that customer brings product to the shop, shop sends with courier service to the service gets spare parts from a central store and sends it back with courier. As we can see, so many parties that information about where exactly is the device is not that easy. Requires quite a good piece of tracking. Here is a more detailed view. Let's look from, I put myself in the middle, but it's not the best position to be. This is information, how it flows from client to shop. But we know we have many shops, for example 500 of them, and to workshops. And again, some of them is quite a lot of sometimes. Of course, warehouse guarantor. we need to maintain all this information flow if we want to know where is my device and especially when it will be ready. Because both this information, both these answers depends on the point where in the chain is already device and what's next going to do with this. How long it takes to repair? This is an important question, and this is in fact first promise which we have to keep, most important of them at least. Clients want to get it back as soon as possible. We all know this process. I won't go in the details. What I want to show is this repair is somewhere here. When I talk with my services, they say, for example, how long it takes to repair. They say, well, 2 hours, 1 hour. I say, no, it was a week, because we have a look and from the client perspective. Client brings device and it's ready for client. So this is whole process. It's a week. In fact, I will say that. Oh, sorry for Polish. In fact, I will say that it's more exact scale. So repair is only there. It's a small part of the time. And this also answers the question what to make to have a shorter time for repair. It's certainly not the idea to make faster repair. No, we have to make all this process shorter. And what's big part of this process, in each of the steps we have some waitings for something. And these waitings I summarize in one place to show how long it takes. This is the most important part to take care of and the best place to make process shorter. If we look at this diagram, I will say that this is a process of logistic process. In fact, repair is a logistic process. It's important to say that because in logistics, the most important place to make process shorter is by getting better synchronization. And this synchronization requires two things. First, system, and second, information flow. We provide both of them. Second part of the goal, in fact first part of the goal, to make more money now and the future. In order to make more money, we need to have low operating expenses. Let's have a look at average expenses for 10K repairs in central service. Also, I won't go into big details, but more or less the cost, as we notice, that is divided like this: spare parts, labor, courier, exchange. Some important information. Of course, courier is quite high cost because we have to send all the products to the central service. But exchange, it's a very high cost, over 30%. Of course, you can say we have very poor service if we have so much exchange. No, it's not quantity, it's value. Because there is less than 10% exchanges in this case, and but each exchange requires exchanging of a product. So whole price of product is lost. Sometimes it's even returning money. So that's why it's quite a big cost. And what's a simple idea of lowering costs? Usually we discuss with service provider, lower your cost. What does it mean? Most cost of service provider is labor. Let's assume we manage to lower cost by 20%. Is very much. But if you see difference in these diagrams, even if for service provider is very much, on this diagram that difference is not that big. And what's our consequence of this change? Usually there is no extra money in services. So this means that probably service have to fire someone, or lower wages of servicemen, and this of course creates a worse work. At least we have problems with some difference of quantities service items. For example, it's not like this that each day you have 10 pieces, 10 faulty pieces. Some day you have 20, and sometimes 1. If the service works normally, it should have some spare capacity to take care of this higher volume. But if we lower costs, probably this capacity is gone, then he can't make on time. So probably it will create a little bit, plus 3% in quantities, but this creates a huge difference in value. So this is not the best idea to go. We have another idea. We suggest that might be a good idea to find get better client service and also lower costs by arranging remote repairs with a call center, and we can provide such a possibility for you. I say logistics is difficult, so single service can't provide all necessary facilities we need for logistics to work. So we need a network, in fact ARCONET network, and that's why we are a network of services. We have such a structure. As we said earlier, very important is information and also possibility for remote repairs. So important part is call center with good contact to the client, and also with support for spare parts and information about where is my product, when it will be finished. Software development, because synchronization needs a system. A system, it's usually a computer system, as we have, and this is our own system, so we have to develop it further. As of course we can't repair without spare parts, so buying spare parts and central storage for them is important. And to have a good information about where is my product, we need to take care about courier monitoring. There is also a coordinator for each brand, for each guarantor, to connect everybody and to be a single point of contact. Where are we? We are in over 10 countries listed in here. It's more or less Central and Eastern Europe. And of course in Poland it's a little bit more service places. In fact, it's about 500 of them, so we can provide a service wherever you are. Information system prioritize claims or repair time, so looking from the client perspective, this is most important information for us and we take care for this. And also fast information with mobile system, so we can get information fast because service will insert it into the system during visiting the client, and also adding some photo and so on. This concludes our presentation. If you want some more details, please contact me, and certainly this is just a short information, main points, and looking forward for your cooperation with you. Have a nice day. Thank you for your attention. Bye.